Hello and welcome to Words You Need, Block 3. В этом блоке 800 нужных слов для тех, кто уже нормально общается на английском, но хотят добиться продвинутого уровня. Я знаю, что часто сложно сделать этот шаг, и многие застревают на уровне intermediate, upper intermediate. Но я уверен, что именно эти слова вам помогут добиться продвинутого уровня. Конечно, так как вы уже нормально общаетесь на английском, значит, вы должны меня понимать, когда я говорю на английском. И в основном в этом видео я буду говорить на английском. So, remember, if you want to really learn the words, there are lots of tasks on my website, hopkinsenglish.com. This is a sample lesson, пробный урок, so all the tasks are available for free. So, head over to hopkinsenglish.com and you can try out the course. If you like it, then of course you can buy the full version. Right, enough of that. Let's get on with the lesson. The first word. Эти весы не очень точны. These scales, весы, are not very What's точный на а? Not very Of course it's... These scales are not very accurate. Look! No hands! I used voice typing. I am using voice typing. And voice typing is a great way to practice speaking. Full stop. Often, people don't get enough speaking practice because they don't have anybody to talk to. Full stop. But that is not a good excuse. Because you don't need to talk to somebody to practice speaking. You can practice speaking on your own. In fact, you must practice speaking on your own. And voice typing is a great way to practice speaking. So, when you do the tasks, I want you to do a lot of voice typing so that you practice your speaking skills. Okay. Accurate. Of course, accurate is not аккуратный, because in English, accuracy is about correct, incorrect. There is another word, precision. Precision is about the unit of measurement. The scales are precise. They measure in milligrams. It's a small unit of measurement. If the scales are imprecise, they only measure in grams. But the scales are accurate. They measure the correct weight. So, accuracy is about correct, incorrect. Not very accurate means they don't give the correct weight. Accurately. Now we can measure time very accurately. And if you speak accurately, it means that you don't make mistakes. Okay, enough about accuracy. The next word. Он признал свою ошибку. He признал, his mistake. He admitted his mistake. Admitted. What else do we admit? Let's have a look. Collocates. admit with brackets and then nouns. Let's have a look. So, he admitted. What do people admit? Admitted to hospital. That's something different. He was admitted to hospital. It means they took him into the hospital. It's a different meaning. Students were admitted to the university. Also a different meaning. But she admitted her guilt. Признала. They admitted defeat. Also признать. He admitted the truth. Also признать. So they are some things we can admit. There's also a noun. Признание вины. It was an admission of guilt. Admission. Of course, we can also talk about university admission, hospital admission. When patients are admitted to hospital, students are admitted to university. So, admit, two meanings. Next word, number 3. Могу я одолжить ваше зарядное устройство? Зарядное устройство, как будет? Can I borrow your ch-ch-ch? Can I borrow your charger? So, зарядное устройство is a charger. And charge is a very strange English word because it has very different meanings. For example, the horses charged down the hill. So they moved very fast. They charged down the hill. But we also say, мне нужно зарядить свой телефон. I need to charge my phone. And we also say, мой учитель берет $40 в час. My teacher charges $40 an hour. What connects these meanings of charge? Charge your phone? Charge $40 an hour? Or charge down the hill? I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm really not sure. But you need to remember these meanings. And there's one more. Who's in charge here? Кто здесь главный? Кто здесь отвечает? Who's in charge? So, it's a strange word. Charge, different meanings. You need to remember it. One more word with charge. Батареи являются перезаряжаемыми. These batteries are rechargeable. Rechargeable batteries. So, charge, very important word. For your phone, and if you want to get money, you charge people money. There's one more actually. He was charged with murder. Is его обвинили. He was charged. It's official if someone is charged with something. Strange word. Many meanings. Next one, number 4. Мне так много нужно сделать до моего отъезда. Как будет отъезда? Вы знаете это слово, если вы когда-нибудь были в аэропорту. I have so much to do before my в аэропорту. I have so much to do before my departure. Произношение важно, когда у нас есть T-U-R-E в конце, мы говорим ч. Просто ч. Departure. I have so much to do before my departure. Departure. Next one. Я с ней не согласен. Вы знаете это слово. I disagree with her. I disagree. I don't agree. I disagree. And the noun разногласие. There was a minor disagreement. Небольшое разногласие. A minor disagreement. And there's also an adjective. Он очень неприятный человек. Если человек, вообще, вредный человек, неприятный, тогда he's a very also with the root disagree. He's a very disagreeable person. So we always have disagreements because he is very disagreeable. He's a very disagreeable person. Disagree. Right, next. Number 6. В итоге поезд прибыл с опозданием на 4 часа. The train... В итоге... The train... The train eventually arrived 4 hours late. Eventually. Here we have TU, like we had in departure. TU is ch. Here we have eventually. TU is pronounced ch. Eventually. Eventually. The train eventually arrived 4 hours late. I wonder what other verbs we often use with eventually. Let's have a look. Eventually. He eventually became president. It eventually led to success. She eventually got the idea. This idea of в итоге, наконец-то, eventually. I eventually found what I was looking for. Good word, eventually. Next. 7. You should know this. В галерее проходит выставка Пикассо. There is a Picasso выставка. There is a Picasso exhibition at the gallery. Be careful with e. Please don't say exhibition, bish. It's not an exhibition. It's an exhibition. It's a really short I because we clip vowels, гласные, before unvoiced consonants. Period, глухими согласными. Here we have sh in shun, exhibition, clip it. Exhibition. And if you want to say exhibition with stress, we do a pause before the stressed syllable. Pause, exhibition. It's a great exhibition with a pause. Not bition, but exhibition at the gallery. Okay, next word. Number 8. Каковы основные факторы экономического роста? Рост на английском. Это несложное слово. What are the main drivers of economic рост? Of course, it's what are the main drivers of economic growth? Growth. Don't forget to say gr. You need губы вперед. Growth. Get all the sounds right. What is also Губы вперед. Growth, 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 growth. Try to say it lots of times. It's quite difficult to pronounce. So, lots of times. Growth, 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 growth. Next. Number 9. Погода внезапно изменилась. What happened? Внезапно. It happened внезапно. The weather changed suddenly. Again, if I want to emphasize, сделать ударение на emphasize this word, I don't say suddenly, suddenly with a big vowel. No, big vowels, it's Russian. We do long consonants. The weather changed suddenly. Don't make the vowel bigger. Suddenly. The weather changed suddenly. 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 What other things happen suddenly? Let's have a look. I suddenly felt scared. I suddenly realized what had happened. She suddenly appeared. The rain suddenly stopped. Внезапно. Remember, you need to repeat all these phrases. Repeat, repeat, repeat. It will help you remember. Suddenly is the adverb. There's also the adjective. Do not make any sudden movements. Sudden. Okay, number 10. Топливный бак пуст. What's bak in English? The fuel bak. The fuel tank is empty. Tank. Here, ta, be careful, really short ah. Tank. And nk. It's not like saying tank in Russian or bank. We say nk. Everybody knows about ng, that it's a strange sound, but nk, it's the same mouth position. Tank. So I pronounce nk with my mouth open. Tank. And it's the same with tank, bank, think, sink, etc. So remember, open your mouth. Again, в резервуаре нет воды. There is no water in the tank. So, that's word number 10. And that's all the words in the first day of the course. So, if you like, you can go and do the first lesson, the first day of the course. Or you can keep watching, keep listening, because I'm going to continue to the next set of 10 words. And the first one, number 11, is... Я пытался связаться с ней трижды. Связаться с. I tried to It could be call, but in this case, it's not call. It's I tried to contact her 3 times. The most important thing about this word, contact. Open your mouth, not contact. To It's not Russian or. It's contact her. If you can look at my mouth, look at my mouth. Contact. I also pronounce the k with my mouth open. Contact. Mouth open. Don't forget. Another sentence with contact. Мы больше не общаемся. We are not in contact anymore. Contact. Open your mouth. Okay, number 12. Мне нужно, чтобы ты развлек детей в течение получаса. I need you to развлекать. I need you to entertain the kids for half an hour. Pronunciation. Entertain starts with a vowel, e. So when we say to before entertain, you can hear a w sound between the words. To entertain. To entertain. To entertain. To entertain. I need you to entertain the kids for half an hour. To entertain. And there's a Russian word animator. What does an animator do? Развлекает детей. So in English, animator is an entertainer, not an animator. Because an animator in English does animation. They draw pictures for cartoons. So animator, entertainer, because animatori entertain people, especially children. Okay, so the verb is entertain. В отеле проводятся развлекательные мероприятия. The hotel offers entertainment for children. Entertainment is the noun. Okay, number 13. Это была борьба между добром и злом. Зло. It was a fight between good and evil. It begins with a vowel. And evil. And evil. Connect the words. Good and evil. Good and evil. Good and evil. Like one word. Good and evil. 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 The computer understands. I hope you do too. Of course, evil is also an adjective. У нее был злой взгляд. She had an evil look in her eye. Again, listen to the connected speech, slitная речь here. Had an evil look in her eye. Had an evil. Connect all the words. Had an evil. Okay, number 14. В 1824 году в Санкт-Петербурге произошло ужасное наводнение. Как будет наводнение на английском? Наводнение на «ф». There was a terrible flood in St. Petersburg in 1824. Flood. Flood. It's not flood, it's flood. Two words like this. Flood and blood. Remember, flood and blood. Наводнение, кровь. You can also say, the road is flooded. If it's covered in water. The road is flooded. The town is flooded. The house is flooded. Okay, number 15. Ты напугал меня. Напугал прямо. You frightened me. You frightened me. Напугал. Он выглядел испуганным. He looked frightened. And буря была пугающей. The storm was frightening. Pronunciation, this fr. There's a lot of air, a lot of придыхание in fr. Make the f longer. Try to say frightening. Let's see if the computer understands. Frightening. Frightening. Yes, it does. Because it's normal to stretch, растягивать согласные in English. Frightening. Really frightening. Let's try the next one. Электрическая лампочка была изобретена Томасом Эдисоном. Изобретена. The light bulb was... I think you know this one. The light bulb was invented by Thomas Edison. Invented. Invented. The stress is on air, but we don't say invented. It's not a big air. Invented. long V, invented, vented, vented. The noun. Вам нравится мое изобретение? Do you like my... Do you like my invention? Do you like it? Connected speech. My invention. No gaps. My invention. И изобретатель. Мой дядя изобретатель. My uncle is an inventor. All the words start with vowels. My uncle is an inventor. No gaps. My uncle is an inventor. And the computer understands. My uncle is an inventor. No, it doesn't. Try again. My uncle is an inventor. Intonation. Got it second time. Okay. One more. Изобретательно мыслит она. Изобретательно мыслит. She's an inventive thinker. Inventive. So, invent, invention, inventor, inventive. Lots of words with the same root. Okay. 17. Отец – старший партнер в юридической фирме. Он старший партнер. He is a partner. На с. My father is a senior partner in a law firm. He's senior. What other nouns do we use with senior? Let's have a look. Senior nouns. Let's have a look. Senior citizens. Senior citizens is the most polite way to say old people. They're senior citizens, yes. My parents will be senior citizens soon. They're not quite senior citizens yet. But it's a polite way to say old people. Senior citizens. She's a senior editor. That's redactor, editor. He's a senior advisor. Senior officials in local government. So senior, старшие. Next one, 18. Встряхните бутылку. Встряхните. На ш. Shake the bottle before pouring. Перед розливом. Shake the bottle. Встряхните. And если что-то трясется, например, трясутся руки, it's also shake. Трясутся руки. My hands are shaking. What else can be shaking? Let's have a look. Hands are shaking, knees are shaking, legs are shaking, things are shaking. Shaking, shaking. Okay, number 19. На данный момент этого товара нет на складе. Ну, нет в наличии. Скорее, не только на складе, а нету в наличии. At the moment, this item is not in. Нету в наличии. At the moment, this item is not in stock. In stock. In stock. It's not in stock. Stock is also a verb. We don't stock alpine skis. Full stop. We only stock cross-country skis. For example, it can be. You can say sell, we don't sell. You can say stock, we don't stock. It's a word for shops, for retail. And number 20, the last word in this set. We've used this word already today. В Европе широко используются метрические единицы измерения. How do you say единицы измерения? In Europe, metric units are widely used. Metric units, метрические единицы измерения. Units, units. We already talked about units of measurement for precise or not precise. And that's another set. So go and practice or stay with me. We're going to talk about another set of 10 words. Number 21. Я ценю все, прямо все, что ты делаешь. Я ценю. Я прямо это ценю. I appreciate everything you do. Appreciate. What's important here? Pr. Whenever you see pr, and there are a lot of words with pr, you need to add a lot of aspiration, a lot of air. I like to write it like this. Appreciate. Appreciate. Pr. So it's a p, then it's air, like the wind, and then it's appreciate. Appreciate. I really appreciate it. Try to add lots of air. I appreciate everything you do. Important word. And the noun, они выразили свою признательность. They showed their appreciation. 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 Here we don't do the big pr because the stress is on A. Appreciation. So it's only on the stressed syllables we do the big pr. Prince, princess, pretty, proper, etc. But here, appreciation. Stress on A. Appreciation. Okay. Number 22. Он главный герой книги. Главный герой. Don't say hero. In English, a hero is somebody who saves the day. It's like герой в смысле спасатель. Не просто главный герой в книге. So, главный герой, he is the book's main character. So, a character. He's a character in the book. I wonder what adjectives come before character. Interesting. Let's see. So, main character is the top one, but also his moral character is questionable. Here, that's not about герой книги. His moral character, his character is something inside him. Let's get a translation. Моральный облик, I got, or моральные качества. He's a man of good character. For me, that is адекватный человек. Вот. Адекватный человек is a man of good character. He's a man of good character. If he's a man of bad character, это уже неадекватный человек. So, a man of good character. Let's look at the next one. Oh, I lost my place. Let's find it again. Number 22. Same idea. Любимый персонаж is... My favourite character in the Harry Potter films is Hagrid. Favourite character. Okay, number 23. К счастью, мои травмы оказались несерьезными. Травмы. There is an English word, trauma. But usually, trauma in English is psychological. So you can talk about psychological trauma. But when it's not psychological, when it's physical, we usually use a different word. Fortunately, my injuries were not serious. So, injuries, травмы. And 3 человека получили ранения. 3 people were injured. You may know the word 3 people were wounded. 3 people were injured. People were wounded. Wounded, it's about like when you actually have a hole in your body. If there's a hole somewhere in your body, you are wounded. If something in your body is broken, then you are injured. So there's a slight difference. Wounds. So, wounds are holes in your body. Injuries are broken parts of your body. So, wounds, injuries. Okay, number 24. У меня есть кожаный ремень. Why is this in this level? I don't know. I have a leather belt. Leather. When you pronounce it, try to smile. Leather, not leather. Leather. If you want a challenge, this is something fun. Red leather, yellow leather, lavender leather. Try to say it really fast. Red leather, yellow leather, lavender leather. Red leather, yellow leather, lavender leather. Red leather, yellow leather, lavender leather. Red leather, yellow leather. Sure. I can't do it faster. It's really hard. Try it. It's very good practice for your articulation. Okay, number 25. Я испортил свою презентацию. Фразовый глагол. Phrasal verb. Я испортил. I messed up my presentation. I messed it up. I messed up my presentation. Let's find some other things that we mess up. With the collocates. Messed up. Nouns. What do we mess up? I messed up my life. I messed up my hair. I messed up this situation. I messed it up. Americans often say, I screwed it up. I messed it up. Or even a ruder word, They all have the same meaning. Mess it up, screw it up, it's up. I think you know what I mean. Okay, 26. Мой дядя служит в армии. Он служит в армии. My uncle is in the military. Often Russian speakers say, my grandfather is a military man. Oh, my computer understands Russian pronunciation. We don't usually say a military man. We just say in the military. I know you want to say военный. Он военный. He's a military man. Just say he's in the military. My father was in the military. My grandfather was in the military. In the military. Военный. Oops, I lost it again. What's the next one? Number 27. Мои родители хорошо воспитали меня. My parents raised me well. We don't only raise people, we also raise animals. They raise goats. For example, козлят. They raise goats. She's well raised. And there's a nice phrasal verb. She's well brought up. Same meaning. I was raised in a village. I was raised by my grandmother. Raised. About воспитание. But not only, because we also say... I need to stop clicking in the wrong place. Она подняла руку. She raised her hand. And we also say, пенсионный возраст будет повышен в следующем году. The pension age will be raised next year. Raised. Made higher. We also... They raised taxes. Next one. 28. Сначала я ее не узнал. Я не узнал. На р. I did not... Не узнал. I did not recognize her at first. When we have r in a stressed syllable, make it long. I didn't hold the r. I didn't recognize her at first. 28. Они не ценили мой вклад. We already had appreciate today. They didn't appreciate my contribution, but there's another word. They didn't recognize my contribution. If they didn't recognize it, it's like they didn't even notice my work. They didn't recognize my contribution. And the noun, она заслуживает большего признания. She deserves more recognition. Here we have more recognition. A nice long more recognition. No gap, more recognition. 28, another one. Она была неузнаваема. Неузнаваема. I couldn't recognize her because she was unrecognizable. Unrecognizable. When you pronounce long words like this, try to make the unstressed syllables really short. She was unrecognizable. 29. Расскажите мне о своей просьбе. Просьба, it's an easy one. Tell me your request. Request. I think you know the word. It's also a verb. Я дал тебе все, что ты просил. Oops. I gave you everything that you requested. To request. Make a request. A noun and a verb. And number 30. Тебе нужно прислушаться к своей душе. Душе. You need to listen to your душа. You need to listen to your soul. Listen to your soul. Yeah, soul. And that is word number 30. That means we have done another set of 10. So go and practice the words or stay with me and we'll do another set of words together. Number 31. Я гражданин Соединенного Королевства. I am a Of course it's I am a citizen of the United Kingdom. And of course, citizens have citizenship. Be careful, it's not citizens, it's citizens. Citizens have citizenship. The stress comes from the consonant. Citizenship. Okay, the next one. Number 32. I share your... Я разделяю ваши опасения. Но можно, наверное, и беспокойство. Я тоже беспокоюсь об этом. I share your I share your concerns. Concerns. Concern, it's a bit like worry. So, in this sentence, я беспокоюсь о здоровье моего отца, you could say, I am worried about my father's health. I am concerned about my father's health. The meaning is close. I'm worried about it. I'm concerned about it. I've got some worries. I've got some concerns. I think concern is a little bit more formal and worried is a bit more informal. Let's see what comes after concerned about. So we put in concerned about, collocates, nouns. See what we get. I'm concerned about safety. I'm concerned about health. I'm concerned about the future. I'm concerned about the children. I'm concerned about the impact on their education. I'm concerned about the quality. So if I'm concerned about something, I'm thinking about it с опасением, with some worry. So it's thinking about with worry. I'm concerned about it. But there's another context. Этот разговор вас не касается. This conversation does not concern you. Good phrase. It's got nothing to do with you. That's informal. It doesn't concern you. That's formal. Типа это не должно вас беспокоить. Because it doesn't concern you. Не имеет никакого отношения к вам. It doesn't concern you. Okay, next one. This should be 33. And it's a very easy word. Расскажи мне о своем распорядке дня. Tell me about your daily routine. We don't need to talk more about daily. I think you can remember that word. У него огромная машина. I like this word, and my son Philip really likes this word. He learned it when he was 2, and he started using it all the time. He has an enormous car. But my son Philip, because Russian is his first language, he loves big vowels. And in enormous, you can do a big vowel. Because it's a r vowel, you can make it bigger. You're allowed. Enormous. It's enormous. And let's see what other things can be enormous. So we'll reset that and do enormous nouns. What can be enormous? We often say an enormous amount. So there were an enormous amount of tourists. He was under enormous pressure. This idea has enormous potential. He had an enormous influence on me. Really big. It's a great word. Use it. I like it. Enormous. All right, the next one. Телефон полностью заряжен. The phone is fully charged. Fully. Everybody knows the word full, but many people pronounce it incorrectly. It's not full. Full, 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 full. No. Full. Full. You need to flare your lips. That's раскрыть губы. Full. Full. You're full, full. Look at me if you can. Full. Full. Fully charged. And another phrase with full. Ищу работу на полный рабочий день. I'm looking for a full-time job. Full-time. Full. All right, next. Она никак не повлияла на мое решение. Никак не повлияла. She didn't повлиять. She didn't influence my decision. Now, for повлиять, there are some different words. It influenced my decision. It affected my decision. It impacted my decision. There is a small difference. If something influences you, it kind of pushes you. It leans on you. Just push, push, push. It influenced. If it affected, it's like cause and effect. Cause this, therefore this. It affected me. It impacted my decision. It's more like bang, because an impact is столкновение. So influence, impact, effect. Cause and effect. It affected my decision. But they are all повлиять. Ну, повлиять по-другому. Более хитро будет, или не хитро, ну, не так прямо будет influence. Okay, the next one is the adjective. So influence the verb, влиятельный писатель. He is an influential writer. Influential. Stress on the e. Influential. 37. Как бы вы оценили свое пребывание в нашем отеле? Как бы вы оценили? How would you rate your stay in our hotel? Or what rating would you give to our hotel? Would you give us a 5-star rating? So rate is always about a number on a scale. To rate something, to give it a number. Another case when we use rate. Каков обменный курс доллара? What is the dollar exchange rate? Exchange rate, курс. Don't call it the course. It's not the course. It's the exchange rate. So now maybe it's 88, maybe it's 92. What's the exchange rate? The number on the scale. Another rate is ставка. Процентная ставка по моему кредиту составляет 9%. The interest rate on my loan is 9%. And one more. Я был потрясен скоростью перемен. I was shocked by the rate of change. So this is another quite common phrase, the rate of change. I wonder what other rate of actually. Let's have a look. Rate of noun. What else can you have? In finance, the rate of return, the rate of growth, the rate of inflation, the rate of change, the rate of decline. Decline is when something's going down, the rate of decline. So, rate. It's a useful word. Don't forget it. Okay, the next one, 38. Oops, I lost my place. Let's find this again. 38. Very important word. Сегодня я чувствую себя немного лучше. Of course, everybody knows a bit. I feel a bit better today. A little better today. But if you want to sound sophisticated, try this word. I feel slightly better today. And we use slightly with all the comparatives. So, it's slightly warmer today. Or, she's slightly older than me. This test is slightly more difficult. This car is slightly more expensive. So it's slightly, a bit. Use it. It's a useful word. And there's also the adjective slight. There is a slight difference between them. Let's have a look at other nouns which are often used with slight. Slight. There was a slight increase. A slight smile crept across her face. We have a slight chance. Not no chance, a slight chance. A little one, a slight chance. There was a slight breeze. That's about ветерок, маленький ветерок. There was a slight breeze. Okay, next one. 39. Я не так умен, как она. I'm not as I'm not as smart as her. Here, of course, smart means intelligent. And in America, they use this word all the time. So you can have smart people, a smart guy, a smart move. That's like when you do, that was a smart move. Like, that was a good thing to do. Smart move. Smartphones. They're clever. He's a smart kid. So, usually smart means clever nowadays, but, especially in England, there's another meaning of smart. Дети были нарядно одеты. The children were smartly dressed. And we often talk about smart clothes, smart shoes, a smart haircut. So smart, kind of стильно, maybe. So 2 meanings of smart. And the last word in this set. В мае, как правило, бывает тепло. That's it. Как правило. It tends to be warm in May. Let's have a look. Other verbs with tends to. Tends to with verbs. So, it tends to get dark at 6 o'clock. It tends to take 20 minutes to get to work. These things tend to happen. So, как правило, I think is the best translation of tends. Как правило, это бывает. It tends to. Alright, that's another set. So, if you like, go and practice the words, or stay with me and we'll do the last set for this week. So, word number 40. When I heard her news, I was Русское предложение. Когда я услышал ее новости, я был поражен. I was surprised. I was amazed when I heard her news. Amazed. It's positive surprise. Actually, shocked has quite a negative connotation. So, I was shocked. It's negative. I was amazed. It's positive. And as amazed is positive, amazing often just means really great. The performance was amazing. And if you really want to stress, amazing, do a lot of ya. It was amazing. Lots of ya. Amazing. Okay, the next one. 42. I think you know this one. He was blinded by her beauty. Он был ослеплен ее красотой. So, красота is beauty. You know this word? Remember, lots of ya. Beauty. Beautiful. Beauty. Lots of ya. Beauty. So, красота неисчисляемая, uncountable. Beauty. There's also красавица. He married a famous beauty. Он женился на знаменитой красавице. Красавица, a beauty. Исчисляемая, countable. Next one. Судьи работают в суде. Или в суде. I don't know. Where did judges work? Judges work in a... Judges work in a court. Easy one. 44. Еда в отеле была превосходной. The food in the hotel was excellent. So it's an emotional word. Excellent. But I don't say excellent. Великолепно. It's still a little clipped vowel. Excellent. Excellent. With a big gap. Excellent. Excellent. It was excellent. Okay, 45. This word is very important. So, мне нравится сериал, но мне не нравится конкретно или именно этот эпизод. Often Russian speakers say, I don't like exactly this episode. That's wrong. It's incorrect. Конкретно именно этот, you need to say particular. I like the series, but I don't like this particular episode. Particular. This particular one. I like ice cream, but I don't like this particular flavor. I have problems with this particular sound. Именно вот этот звук. Или I really enjoy Try again. I really enjoyed that particular film. Particular. Конкретно именно этот. And another word which we use all the time. You must use this word in your English. Это вино особенно хорошо. This wine is particularly good. Have a look at this. Particularly with adjectives. Now look, 1,000, 1,000, 1,900. These are very common collocations. This is particularly important information. This is a particularly useful word. This is particularly good cheese. This book is particularly interesting. The children are particularly vulnerable. Уязвимые, particularly. So, you can say very important, very useful, very good, but that's a bit boring. Instead, say particularly. And at the end, don't pronounce the r. Larly is difficult, but lily is easy. Particularly, 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 particularly. Practice it. Start using it. Okay, next one. 46. Мяч покатился вниз по склону. The ball rolled down the hill. It rolled, roll, 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 roll down the hill. And раскатайте тесто is roll out the dough. And actually there's a thing called a rollout. Our new product will be rolled out next year. So if something's released, it's just released. But when it's rolled out, it's released gradually. When something is rolled out, it is released gradually. So in business, you often come across this phrase. Another example with roll. Я купил в пекарне 3 булочки. I bought 3 bread rolls from the bakery. Bread rolls. Why? Because you roll out the dough. And another example. У нас закончился рулон туалетной бумаги. We have run out of toilet roll. Some people say toilet paper. Other people say toilet roll. And another good phrase. We are on a roll. And we use this phrase when things are going well. We've got momentum. We're on a roll. We're winning and we're going to keep winning. We're on a roll. We've got momentum. Word number 47. Я надеюсь, вы удовлетворены моим ответом. Удовлетворены. Difficult word in Russian. I hope you are satisfied with my answer. Satisfied. Nice long s. Satisfied. Are you satisfied? And just like in Russian, удовлетворены, it's not very positive. It's like good enough, I think. Удовлетворительный. Satisfactory. It's good enough, but it's not really good. So, обслуживание было едва ли удовлетворительным. Can't do it. The service was barely satisfactory. Long for satisfactory. And another one. Она не скрывала своего недовольства. She didn't hide her dissatisfaction. Nice long word. Dissatisfaction. She didn't try to hide it. Okay, number 48. Я был несколько удивлен, увидев вас. Here, it could be slightly. We had that today. I was slightly surprised to see you, but there's another word. I was somewhat surprised to see you. I was somewhat surprised. Now, this word is much more common in America. So, let's have a look at some common collocations with somewhat. These situations are somewhat different. The meaning of these words is somewhat similar. The price is somewhat higher. This car is somewhat larger than that one. So, somewhat. It means slightly or a bit. Actually, it's more than slightly. It's slightly is a little bit. Somewhat is more than a little bit, I would say. 49. Эти изменения носят лишь временный характер. Временный характер. These changes are only temporary. For some people, this word is difficult to pronounce, but if you do губы вперед, губы уточкой, lips forward, temporary. It's much easier. Temporary. Temporary. Lips forward. Temporary. And it will also help you with this word. Мы временно живем с моими родителями. We're living with my parents. Temporarily. We're living with my parents temporarily. Temporarily. Lips forward. Temporarily. And the last word. Землетрясение ощущалось по всему региону. The earthquake was felt. The region. По всему региону. The region. Here the word is throughout. The earthquake was felt throughout the region. What else can come after throughout? Throughout the... Let's have a look at some collocations. So, of course, throughout the world, throughout the country, throughout the city. As you can see, we use throughout with places. We also use it with periods. Throughout the day. Throughout the year. Throughout the night. So, throughout is for regions and for time periods. And that's all. I will be releasing these videos throughout the course so you can continue to practice like this. And I hope you will. But now you need to go to hopkinsenglish.com and you need to practice these words so that you can really master them. And don't forget that this is a sample lesson, probny urok, so all the tasks for this lesson are available for free. You get a chance to try it. If you like it, you can buy the full version of the course. All right. Thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making it, and I will see you again soon. Bye.